hope you can I hope you can kind of see anything. Anyways, yeah. So it's like yeah, it's I like I just don't know how to explain it. Like so by the way, I decided, like, I was so flabbergasted yesterday that there were people who were denying that let's try this again. Pro-Christian, pro-German, pro-Western, anti-Semitic, anti-communist, anti-Slavic Hungarians were not Nazis. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, why? Like, is winning an argument that important to you guys? Like, I don't get it. I mean, like, I don't know how many more, like, whistles you need. Um, um, then somebody, like, literally, like, so it's, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, why do white people do that? Like, I am really flabbergasted that I had to argue for over 6 hours about whether or not pro-Christian, pro-German, anti-Romanian, anti-Slavic, anti-Semitic person in Nazi who fought in Hitler's army is a Nazi and not a freedom fighter. So come on, like, what is it? Like, DSA members literally were. So I mean, like, there's like, for me, I just don't understand how anyone can, like, I understand 1956 being a tanky, but not being a tanky, but I don't understand how it cannot be a tanky when this, like, document is available. But okay, actually, let me just go through this fucking document because I'm just, like, really shocked. Mm. Oh, okay, this is, like, from the CIA that I got. Which one? Where is it? Uh, like, I'm so flabbergasted that I have not been able to, like, think or sleep. Um, Give me a second. Yeah, I'm like, how? How does one see all this and not think, oh, I mean, what do you need? What more do you need to call somebody? Oh, okay. Actually, let's just go through. Let's see. Well, oh, okay. Let's go through some things. Okay, let's see. Do you wanna do Mm, let's see. Wait, I'm just gonna pick up something from random. Oh yeah. I think I found the document. Maybe. Okay, the document where it says that the admits that that anti-Semitic, pro-Russian, whatever. I mean, basically, it's the third. Like, I don't have, like, I was answering the, like, people were denying that the Third Reich were Nazis, and you're like, yeah, they are. You fucking that's, like, definitional. Like, you can't deny that the Third Reich is Nazi. Let me see if this is yes. Okay, this is perfect. I found it. It's called a chronic. Okay, this is the CIA. So, okay, now let's examine something. Let's say that today the CIA says, those people are pro-democracy protesters. Don't fall for Russian propaganda with memes. Why should you not believe it? Because, remember, the CIA has two activities. The first activity is recruiting assets. Assets means people to mercenaries to, like, I don't know, kill infants with a sledgehammer. And second is propaganda. So when today they're like, I'm like, I totally pro-democracy, even though she praised Hitler. Like, that's not a Nazi flag. That's a nationalist flag, and all Hungarian nationalists are not Nazis. Like, you could be like, actually, that just reminds me of a really funny clip. So because what you are like, you shouldn't absolutely not believe the believe CIA propaganda. Because what they do publicly right now is propaganda. But 30 years from down the line, after maybe like 1,000 Holocaust victims sued like the US government, there's protests, and then there's the embarrassing part where like so many, this is actually the funniest thing. No, this is about the fact that yesterday I spent more than 6 hours after I linked a CIA screenshot calling the Hungarian rebels pro-Christian, like if you just scroll back to the first hour, just watch that and you'll see. Pro-Christian, like literally I was arguing that Hitler was a Nazi. I mean, I might as well have been arguing that. No, it was about like why I was arguing for 6 hours on whether or not somebody who is in 1945 Hungary, pro-Christian, pro-German, anti-Semitic, anti-communist, anti-Slavic is a Nazi. Oh, no. And his dad also like fought in Hitler's army. I mean, really. What more do you need? Oh, and then like I showed them a picture of lynching the Jewish policeman, and they were like, "Oh, he was a secret police." And I'm like, "Yes, in a communist country, the secret police shoots Nazis." Hangs. I'm sorry. In Hungary, they hang Nazis. In Soviet, they shot Nazis, and we should be thankful for everyone that they got. And okay, so okay, let me open this document. This is basically the CIA chronicling every moment of whatever crap happened in Hungary in like the major events in Hungary. Okay? So let's see. Fuck off. Okay. I hope you can still see this. Okay. 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 So now look at this map, okay? I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think around this area, it's called, like, I believe, I'm not 100% sure. This area, there was a Nazi prison, like a prison filled with Nazis, prisoners filled with Nazis, Nazis in prison. That there was like a prison break first. Okay. By the way, this is basically from the free. Come on, Jesus Christ, you guys. Okay, this is basically from the CIA's like. Okay. By the way, where did I find this document? Guess what? Okay, where did under which archive I found the document of the 1956 Hungarian Revolution from? CIA Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act. Why did I find the 1956 Hungarian Revolution's documents under the CIA Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act? I need an answer to this before I move on. And I know it's obvious, but apparently your fellow white people can't figure this out. Why did I find why am I finding 1956 Hungarian Revolution documents under the Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act? I screamed the important word. Is he a Nazi? Does that mean they're Nazis? If I find these documents under the Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act. Nazi War Crime Disclosure Act. Nazi War Crime Disclosure Act. Nazi War... Okay, I need an answer to this. It's not Operation Gladio. No, they are Nazis. Again, what's the most obvious conclusion? Nazis. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. You can't be this stupid. I'm sorry. I'm mad. Because, like, okay, if you find something, like the CIA didn't misclassify this. Come on, don't be fucking stupid. Okay, and so the social democratic person's gonna be like, maybe the CIA misclassified it. No, you cannot find a technicality. You have to know your shit. If you don't know your shit, oh, okay. Like under certain things, you can find a technicality when you're like a stupid like capitalist who's no. Nazi War Crime Disclosure Act. So, So I'm sorry. I know. My roommates probably thinks I'm psycho because I just screamed out Nazi because you don't say Operation Glad. All I'm asking you is it a Nazi? This is the only question I want you to answer today. Is it a Nazi? Well, I mean, like, how much more information do you need to come to the conclusion it's a Nazi? Because I went through 7 hours of liberal, leftist, socialists even claiming that 1956 Hungarian Revolution is not Nazis. And I literally find this document under the Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act. So the CIA is not denying that they're Nazis. I mean, like, why? What the fuck is going on with you people? Okay. Radio Budapest is the... Oh, okay. By the way, does Kami Radio exist in the US? Yes, I don't want to hear Operation Gladio because that's a code word that your brethren are too stupid, who are in DSA are too stupid to know. Yeah, it's like literally your like DSA brothers and sisters are like too stupid to understand that Operation Gladio meant these people are Nazis. And they're also too stupid to understand how Nazis were all corporate funded and basically like Nazis are all corporate funded, and so they're like, not like Nazis were pro workers and the Soviets were anti-worker. Come on, are you fucking like, that's like definitional. That's like saying white is black, black is white, or like pink is yellow, yellow is pink. Nazis, anti-workers. You know why? How do you know? What was Mussolini's first job? Yes, I've tweeted that out. There are 1.2 million pages of CIA's collaborating with... I've literally tweeted out that there were... yeah. That's what this entire episode is about. Are they too stupid or are they fascists? Too stupid or fascists? You decide. Like, of course, leave a comment. Do you think your DSA brethren are too stupid or are they fascists? And by the way, my favorite brain melt was, argument ad Hitler. And I'm like, have you tried not defending somebody who's literally fighting on Hitler's army? Because that's the definition of a Nazi. When you defend somebody who's fighting in Hitler's army, you are a fucking idiot. Like, you are a Holocaust denier. I'm going to call you that. And I'm not going to believe you if you're going to say, oh, my ancestor was Jewish. I'm going to think you murdered your Jewish cousin. If you say I have Jewish cousins and then you defend Hitler's army, I'm going to think that you took your own cousin whose mom was Jewish, who's your flesh and blood, and on behalf of Hitler, you slit his throat and let him bleed to death. And you may even have licked a knife a little. By the way, this is a real case. I'm not making this up. This actually happened. Okay, can somebody... yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to assume. If you're going to tell me you're Jewish after defending Hitler's soldiers, I'm going to assume that you slit your own cousin's throat and drank his blood. And yes, Nazis did do that, actually. So what you think you know about the Holocaust, it's actually much worse. Like, okay, so basically... the worst part of the Holocaust, you know what it was? Not the concentration camps. No, it was the Eastern Front. Because, like, in fact, they had to create the concentration camps because, well, killing babies with a shovel was too traumatic for the good Germans. So they made it concentration camps to make like the gas chambers. They made it so that it's less traumatic for the good German. So, yeah. So yeah, like these people were like after basically like somebody. I said they lynched a Jewish police officer to death, and this kid was like, "Oh, lol, good, okay." And then I called him a Nazi, and then he's like, "I'm Jewish," and I'm like, "Oh, did you murder your Jewish cousin?" And like, there is no reason for me not to think that. Yeah, the Einsatzgruppen. Yep, that's correct. That's what. Okay, so the Einsatzgruppen, for those who don't know, is basically a whole bunch of Nazi collaborators who are really super evil, and they basically make. Yeah, the evil is like. Okay, every event that I give you is an actual event I've read from one of the war crimes tribunals. And 90% of the time, this comes from like actual Nazi documents themselves. Like, that's why you cannot deny the Holocaust, because the Holocaust is based on Nazi documents themselves. But then, like, people are like, oh, but you're engaging in incubator baby denialism. But incubator baby denialism is different because the CIA lies to you all the time. And yeah, the CIA totally engage. Like, I mean, they don't mind killing babies by. Yeah. Yes. It's because it's the same fucking people doing it. Yeah, I know. Those Eres and there's called the Borislav massacre. No. They didn't shoot everyone to death. That would have been great. I mean, not great, but that would have been like an improvement from what they did. They sometimes played with their like in those Eres. The CIA agents like killed infants with sledgehammers and killed everyone. Like I wrote an article about it. Somebody link it. Exterminated everyone in the village, except for 4 people. And 626 other villages were exterminated in Guatemala. Just look at the satellite photos between 1983 and 1986. Anyways, so yeah, so it's okay. So we don't have our like the first like these. See, you see, capitalists are not good at hiding themselves. Like, so all you have to be is not be fucking either. Like you just have to not be yourself. Yeah, all of them. Like, okay. Basically, I searched. So when these fucking idiots, like, my article's gonna come out in a few days, but these fucking idiots, when they were like saying, Dara, the film, it's unrealistic because the Nazis were too cruel. Like, I mean, come on. Did they really drink the blood? Yes, they did. Did they really, like, yes. Yeah, Yaroslav Stetsko. He was a Nazi in Reagan's cabinet. Yeah. So the answer is yes. They did. They were that cruel. Much crueler than you think. Basically, in U.S. history, they'll never teach you about the Eastern Campaign because commies can't be good, and commies are just as bad as Nazis. And then liberating the like yeah, Stalin took away my right to like murder Jews. Okay. So this is basically it did the so this is basically what the radio says and all these records, and this is what the CIA admits to. So it was approved for release in 2006. How many years later? 50 years later, right? So do you see the difference between not believing their propaganda and not believing their like declassified bullshit like 50 years later? Okay. Allegedly. Okay, let's read what the workers allegedly did. Okay. Labor. Okay, so basically, Okay, what does the Nazi Party stand for? National Socialist Nationalsozialist Deutscher Arbeiter. Arbeiter. What does Arbeiter mean in German? Worker Party. So what you see is that most people don't like Nazis because Nazis are horrible. It's not popular. Like they have to hide themselves. Like if you've noticed the hammer and sickle, we've had one symbol for 100 years. Notice how the Nazis have to rebrand themselves from like, oh, the Stasi and the Third Reich and the whatever and whatever. And they keep rebranding themselves every year because Nazism is not popular. Mussolini's first job was murdering workers who striked. That's what a black shirt or a brown shirt. I actually don't know the difference between black shirts and brown shirts. Like, is it just like Mussolini's a black shirt and Hitler's a brown shirt? I don't know. In Russian, it's so weird. They like identify all these like, yes. They also said the same to everyone in the Eastern Front. Anyways, yeah, and so what am I saying? Like, so just because somebody calls themselves a worker and a labor representative, does it mean they're a worker and a labor representative? No. Okay. So you cannot go, like, just because somebody says, I'm a worker, you can't. Okay, so let's read this. We wish to emphasize that the revolutionary working considers the factories and the land property of the working people. Correct. Workers as okay, so basically they don't want to nationalize it, so they don't want to make it the property of working people, but they want to pretend it's a co-op, but they don't want a co-op. They just want feudalism. Like, so this is not that hard for me to see land. Like this is not that hard for me to figure out what the dog whistle is. Yeah, like in Russia, it's so weird. Like they identify like every army by its color. So they're like browns, reds, blacks, white, like whites. It's so weird. Like, and it's not like the color. I don't even know if it's like colors of their I have no idea. It's just like I don't know why they do this, but they literally like identify armies by colors. Like British people are like yellows. I don't know. Like it's so weird. But yeah, I remember they once like mistranslated Lukashenko when he said blonde-haired, blue-eyed blacks are coming into from Germany are going to come to Belarus. He's clearly referring to Nazis. Like black people don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, but they're like Lukashenko threatened about black people, and I'm like, nope. He said nuts. He was making like, and I just remember they just mistranslated. I'm like, no, like when do you see like if it's like blonde-haired, blue-eyed blacks from Germany. Are they Nazis? Yes. I mean, like, and I remember reading a report and I'm like, God, you're stupid. And you're disingenuous at the same time. You're like a useful, yeah, I mean, whoever, like, you are the perfect pawn. Okay, workers' councils provide, okay, the will of, just because somebody says the will of the people, okay, feudalism is never the will of the people, and no. Okay. Okay, whatever. So basically, whoever I don't. This is like gibberish for dumb democratic socialists. Preserving order. There was already free elections, you fucker. You're just upset that the Nazi Party lost. Okay, what does elected by the revolution mean? Do people get elected in revolutions? What does elected by the revolution mean? Do people get elected in revolutions? No, they just have a coup, right? I mean, obviously, like the Bolshevik Revolution. I mean, it's not a coup, but it's a coup. I mean, like Lenin did not get into power by following the Tsar's rules, right? Yeah. So, elected by the revolution means not elected by parliament, not elected by an actual election with having people like it's there, not elected. Like elected by the revolution is not elected by the people, right? I mean, like you guys. I hope this is like extremely obvious shit to you. But I mean, don't feel bad if it's not. It's not your fault. You live in America. But um, this is what you need to be looking at. Why are they calling this elected by the revolution? This doesn't make sense. You don't get elected by a revolution because you overthrow in a revolution. Yeah, exactly. It means Juan Guaido. Good job. Exactly. I'll make it bigger. Is this big enough for you guys? Okay. See, okay. We want not Nazis to not be in Budapest. Oh, by the way, you know guys know about the Hugo Chavez management strike? Like the management can also lock out workers. They did it with Hugo Chavez in 2000 something. Okay, if you are a Nazi, what does the honest worker mean? What are Jews to Nazis? Are they honest workers? What's going on? Like, okay. I'll need to figure this out. Are Jews honest workers? If you're a Nazi. No, that's the stereotype of the Jew. So they're basically saying we don't want so many Jews in the police, and are Jews people to Nazis? No. Actually, yesterday, like I put up a screenshot where one of the problems that these alleged people in the Hungarian Revolution had was too many Jews in high places. So basically, what happened is exactly. So a Jew isn't. So basically, they're literally, yeah. In this context, they're saying we're upset that they're Jews in the police, and we. So actually, like, there's a CIA document. I put it up in like my thread, where Jews are not people. Like, I mean, they said they literally come out and say there are too many Jews in high places. Disproportionate number of Jews in high places. That was the word they used. Disproportionate number of Jews in high places. And yes, that was beaten. And they also said that communism was God's revenge for the Holocaust because of all the Jews acting too. Oh, they also said something about the Jewish president acting too Jewy or something in public. Like, I'm not kidding. No. They found him to be of a Jewish cultural ethnic character or whatever. Yeah. You guys are like, exactly. This is not that hard. We shall reconstruction what? So they were starving people of the food? What the fuck? I don't know. Okay. So this is what was part one. Let me see what's in the other part. Youth manifesto. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yes, tanks and misled. Were the Soviets misled foreign soldiers or were they correct foreign soldiers? The Soviets were, I mean, they were not misled about. That's the one thing the Soviets were misled about the Nazis. Okay. No, they don't. God. A few what? I don't know what this word is, but whatever. Yes, you are a Nazi. Talking of a counter because you are a fucking Nazi. You're a 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 Nazi. Like, what more do you want? Okay, if you are being betrayed to the Soviet government, what are you? Nazi. Okay. He's Jewish, by the way, Rakosi. Barbarous cruelty. What did they do? Like, did they, like, I don't know. Okay. What we do know is that they did not kill babies, crucify babies. We know that the Hungarian secret police did not crucify babies. So you have, like, no. This is Holocaust denial. If somebody says anything is more cruel than okay, cooing is like, if somebody says anything is like more cruel than Hitler, they're lying. Okay, unless they're talking about Congo. Or any place in the third world. But if they're saying communists were cooler than Hitler, okay, when this is literally reverse anti-Semitism. I mean, if Ben Shapiro says this, oh my God, Obama's cooler than Hitler, are you gonna believe it? Okay, now imagine Matthias Rakosi, who was a Jew who had to escape to the USSR, who basically fought for his country, like Hungary, in like the back alleys, whatever, like for 30 or 40 years. Okay. Oh, I think was Kadar a Jew? Somebody check if Kadar was also a Jew. I can't remember. Okay, come on. For a neutral. Wait, by the way, just so you guys know, what are actual, okay. So when they tell you like a country is neutral, what side are they? Nazis. Spain was neutral in World War II. What was it? Fascist, right? Yeah, neutral means fascist. You can't be neutral in a moving train. Howard Zinn. Neutral equals fascist. Democratic. Okay, they put, okay, now, this is probably why DSA thinks they're democratic socialist, because they use the words. Armed, like these are 50, yeah, it's like horrific. They arm these poor children and stuff like that. Okay, I'll make it smaller. Okay, student, whatever. Yes, these, okay, students can also be Nazis, just so you know. Nazis studied, huh? What the fuck does this mean? How do you get to be heard over the radio? What the fuck? Like, did they? Oh my fucking God. They were demanding to be put on radio. Like, you don't have a right to be on radio. I'm so sorry. Like, do you have a right? Like, you don't have a right to have a radio show. I mean, you don't just, like, what the fuck? Like, you just don't have that right to be on radio. Aw. Tear gas was used. Aw. Okay, wait. Okay, so basically this seems like the Jewish president called Russia because he's like, help, we're fucked. Okay. Okay, I think this might, I can't, okay, so sometimes I might get confused, so somebody's gonna have to Google it and tell me if this is like the CIA's radio station, which is somehow allowed to be operated in authoritarian Hungary, while communist radio from Hungary is not allowed to be operated in democratic USA, or if it's just actually the real radio from Budapest. I don't know. Okay, so they were, okay, so apparently whatever this radio is that was heard by people was actually general meetings that have been held, blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, you know how stupid students are? Like, you can get them to, like, that's the main color revolution tactic, is, like, getting stupid students to protest about nothing. And you see them, all that. Okay. Okay, whatever. The university will meet in front of the Writers' Union, blah, 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 blah. The Hungarian Writers' Union wishes to express blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, okay. So apparently, okay, so they were like saying, okay, we don't want fascists to come and demonstrated. Um, okay. This was okay. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Tuesday morning. Tuesday. Oh, by the way, there was I can't go through all the documents right now off the top of my head, but I know there was a jailbreak where Cardinal Mincetti and all his Nazis were like broken. Like it happened in early October, so they were already fucking scared because about 1,000 or so. Oh, well, just can somebody? Let me see if I can find it. By the way, donate please. Historically, that's Substack, whatever. Just there was definitely a jailbreak. I just need somebody. I don't have the energy to find it right now, but I can assure you that there was a jailbreak in early of Nazis in early October, in around that area of Zero. Prison doors were opened. Members of the security fled. A cheering crowd. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. So this is what Encyclopedia Britannica says. I'll put the link here. Oh yeah, they also hijacked a plane earlier that year. Let's see. Where was? Let me figure out when the jailbreak happened. Okay, outside. Okay, prison door. Okay, shots turned into blah 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 blah. Okay, so it says members of the and a cheering crowd escorted Nazi Cardinal Mincetti back to the Primate's Palace. I don't know what that is, but okay. So I guess the jailbreak. I guess they'll talk about the jailbreak. Yes, we are looking at CIA documents because your fellow friends are too stupid to. I don't know. We are, yes. Because like, who the fuck? Like, when the CIA is like, yes, the Soviets were right, and we were Nazis, and then they're like, who the fuck does that? Yes, I would understand that too. I mean, okay. Like so often like what they try to do is like make you like think it's America. And so you should always ask yourself, if these are people who crucified babies, would this be justified? And these are people who crucified babies, by the way. Last night, I don't know, what the fuck is the Petola? An organ, okay, whatever. Everything's communist, yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay, you know what the revised this second 5-year plan meant? Okay, so by the way, the life expectancy went up in Hungary after this because people got like good food and whatever. Basically, Stalinist means communal farms as opposed to like single farms or whatever, something stupid. Like, oh no, Stalinist actually means Jew, but whatever. So they wanted the Jew. We don't want no more Jewy Jew. Notice how they did not use the word Marxist. They only used Leninist. Why would they not use the word Marxist? Have you ever heard of people being Leninists and not Marxists? No, this is a standard of proof. This is the CIA admitting everything. You should take it as, I mean, okay, if both the CIA and the Soviets say the same thing, it's probably the truth. And you can, I mean, these are public radio broadcasts. You can go listen to them. You don't have to trust the CIA. You literally can go download these radio broadcasts if you speak Hungarian and listen to it and see if, I mean, you don't have to trust anyone. You literally can go listen. I'm assuming that whoever the secretary who transcribed the radio broadcast, like she probably didn't care enough to like fake it because it's stupid and it's a radio broadcast. But if you want, you can go. You should go verify it. It's not that hard. You just Google 1956 Hungarian Radio Free Budapest broadcasts, and then in the Internet Archive, you will find all the broadcasts that you can listen to firsthand. You just find yourself a nice Hungarian friend and ask them to translate for you. Okay. Or learn Hungarian. I mean, seriously, not that hard. But why would somebody be a Leninist and a Marxist if they weren't trying to say... Seriously, why would somebody be a Leninist and not a Marxist? Marx was Jewish, by the way. Did you know that? Marx was a Jew. So what kind of person who is not a Marxist... Like, can you be a Leninist without being a Marxist? Have you ever heard of non-Marxists but Leninists? Or is that a dog whistle for Nazi? What the fuck? Steve Bannon claims to be a Leninist. Seriously? Seriously? That's so funny. No, I mean, I did not know it either. I'm just like questioning it. Like I'm doing what Lenin would do. I'm being a Marxist Leninist because that's what Lenin was. And so Lenin would notice this, like, and he'd be like, why is he calling himself a Marxist Leninist? Let's see. By the way, it's called Marxism because it's like, that's so hilarious. I guess, yeah. I don't know. No, Trotsky called themselves Marxist-Leninists, and then they claim that Trotsky is also helped Lenin with the revolution when he didn't, and they also claim that, no, Trotsky called themselves Marxist-Leninists. Only, I've never seen the word besides here, and it had the first red flag go up. I was like, what? Because Marxism is already a smear. It means, the reason why it's not called dialectic material, whatever it is not called, but Marxism is because they wanted to be like Jewism. And they were pushing the idea that communism is a Jewish conspiracy. And so they were they literally were like, oh, yeah, this is Jewism is why it was proved. But then communists were like, we don't care. We'll be Jewists. And so that's why they were Marxists. Or Marxist-Leninists, or, yeah. But Leninist is a dog whistle, in my opinion. But somebody should, and if Steve Bannon does Steve Bannon claim to be a Marxist-Leninist or just a Leninist? Can somebody look that up? What the fuck? Okay. There's some sort of thingy. Okay. Stalinist. Okay. So now here is also another dog whistle. Because in 1944 is a... Oh, okay. So it's probably bullshit. It's probably it's okay. It's total bullshit then. Okay, if he said only Lenin, yes, we know it means not Jewist. No, Lenin did not want to destroy the state. You fucking... Okay. Anyways, so, okay, just so you know, if even in New York Times, that's not what Lenin did, so he's not... Fuck off. Lenin built the greatest state on Earth. Second greatest state, Mongolia. Which is the greater state? Mongolia or the USSR? That one is very confusing. I still don't know which one is the greatest civilization. I'm still weighing it. No, okay. These are people who crucified Jewish babies. It's a dog whistle. Stalinist is definitely a dog whistle. You can go check New York Times articles. I put it on historically, the Twitter feed from 1933. And you know what they call people who are supportive of Hitler? Hitlerites. Stalinist is a contrast to a Hitlerite. You cannot be a Stalinist if there isn't a... Okay. So, oh, I got it. You cannot be a Stalinist without there being a Hitlerite. Hitlerite, Stalinist. So they okay. So the thing is that they started using the word Stalinist because Jews liked Stalin, and obviously Jews liked Stalin because like yeah, Jews like Stalin because he was. I mean, come on, like how can you not like the man if you're a Jew? Um um. So okay, attempted Stalin. So basically, this is saying to bring a halt to what to a present attempts at Jew. Oh, by the way, Khrushchev is not a Stalinist, and Stalin's dead. And he's yeah. Um, and so this means more Jewy Jews Jewing whatever. Like it's like these are not hard dug whistles. Like why? What did Mikhail Farkas do? Form like killing Nazis? Yeah, okay, he killed Nazis. Okay, Stalinist methods are killing Nazis. I mean, yeah, sure, you can be whatever. Like, okay, Stalinist methods in 1944 means killing Nazis. Stalinist means Jew because it's literally being like they didn't. Yeah, and Rakosi is Jewish. You can Google that. Leninist again. This seems kind of dog whistly to me. Uh, I've always wondered like why the Eastern Bloc didn't all get nukes, and finally understood it. There were too many Nazis over there, and so that's why like the government, their own governments, are too scared of like getting nukes in case there was like a fascist takeover. Like so, but I still wish Yugoslavia had nukes every single day. What is the Kossuth song? Okay, okay. So, okay, so I mean, like, I don't know what the Kossuth, can somebody see if this is a Nazi song? I don't know what the Kossuth song is. Die Marseille, who sings that? Oh, who sings that? Come on. Now, like, self-respecting Eastern European, whatever, sing a stupid French song. Come on. Okay, okay, whatever. Yes. Okay, by the way, just so I remember, Nazis can be students. Okay, okay, so who's probably, I don't even know. National Communist? National Communist? Does that sound like a National Socialist? Come on. National Communist. Okay, anyways, okay, whatever. Okay, so let's read another one. Today at the Plip, it was decided, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what is this? Radio in French to Europe. Ah, okay. So it's a Hungarian radio. Okay, got it. Okay, this is like the official radio. Can somebody kick this person, please? Please kick this person. I don't know how to kick him if he's there. I don't want to come and kick him, but like seriously, kick him. Okay. Luis, is anyone there who can kick him, or do I have to come? Okay. Anyways, okay. What? Okay. So, the first party, second, whatever, work deepen democracy. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Following our party, our working class, or whatever, what the fuck? Okay, this is like utter meaningless gibberish. None of this means anything. So if it's like meaningless gibberish and like revolutionary sounding, communist like did Lenin ever use meaningless gibberish? Like Of all the Lenin's work, have you ever seen Lenin use Party of Lenin? Uh, like, has Lenin ever used? I mean, has Stalin ever used? Has Mao? Like, when if you see meaningless gibberish, okay, this is the reason why Lenin does not use meaningless gibberish. Majority of the workers in Russia were illiterate. He was like writing to people who barely knew how to read, so he had to be very concise, simple, to the point, easy to understand. Same with Mao. In fact, like people learned how to read by reading Lenin and Mao and stuff like that. So they had to do that. So usually, like meaningless gibberish is not communist, just because it's meaningless gibberish. Like I don't know what any of these mean. Like Lenin actually defines every single thing he says. These are like Lenin-y sounding words of meaningless gibberish to fool stupid people in DSA. Anyways, I'm bored. I mean, I'm going to take a little break. Denigration of Stalin. Why? Because you're a Hitler fan? Fuck off. I mean, yeah. Okay, so the communists basically um the communists basically like the students wanted to march and the communists basically capitulated. By the way, just so you notice, look how easily the Eastern European governments fell. It's because they were actually democratic. Um were you guys able to kick him out, or do I have to come? Is somebody there to kick him out, or do I have to come? Oh fuck, I hate having to come. Yes, I know it sounds stupid and it sounds dirty, whatever, but whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna take. You're gonna hear this tank song while we are reading a document from the CIA, Nazi War Crimes Disclosure Act, to see if people the CIA claims are Nazis are Nazis. Because you have people who are too stupid to okay, I can't okay, now I'm in the wrong one. Okay, the other one is like, are white people too stupid? Or okay, I'm here now, so now I can ban whoever it is. Who am I banning? Ghost dog. Okay. How do you remove and hide user on this channel? And is there any way I can report? Whatever. Okay, done. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys, if like these weirdos are coming. Okay. I love that stereotyping headline. Yes. You cannot. Okay. Anyways, somebody give him Amir Rahman's reverse racism clip so they'll understand. Okay. So they actually capitulated. Whatever. Okay. So, but I'm gonna play this tank song because I'm a little tired and so I need to take a little break. I have no idea who that is. I kicked him. Okay. Yeah. For me, it's really funny. It's like, who do you want to be? Who were tankies? Albert Einstein's a smart guy, the guy whose name is synonymous with being a genius, but he was a tanky. What? Einstein. Who are you gonna pick? Actually, I saw a meme. Somebody was like, liberals side with Rush Limbaugh, side with Albert Einstein. You know the meme I'm talking about with the buttons. Yeah. And the glove. Okay, so I'll be back. We'll play the tank song because I love that tank song. The March of the Soviet. Oh, I'm gonna find the tank song with the Soviet tanks actually marching, because that's a cool tank song. Oh my god. I got it. I found it. You're gonna love this. Okay. Yeah, so now you can watch the Soviet tanks like roll over Fesh. Oh fuck. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you can. I don't know what to do. Okay, so what was I? We doing? Oh, we were doing the uh, we were doing the 1954 Hungarian Oh no, 56. I'm actually tired now. Okay. So, anyways, I'm sorry I only read one little Lenin piece. I was too mad. Okay, I have a question. Do you guys want me to, um, actually, no, I'll go till 4. But I'm tired. But I'll have, oh no, I'll have a drink of water and then I'll, okay, so I guess what I'm trying to, okay. No, we're not doing that. We're applying what Lenin did. We're copying Lenin. We're like using his tactic to read the bourgeoisie propaganda. Like they don't hide themselves. By the way, this water bottle is kind of cool. I haven't been paid, so I'm not advertising it, but it actually has like reminders to drink up every hour so that you're hydrating. So I'm at 3 p.m. So that's right. So now I see. Now I'm at. So now I don't. I'll just have to remember to drink at 4 p.m. So that way you'll make sure you're getting enough water. So I forgot what. Oh yeah, it's telling. I mean, yeah. So I'm just like saying that it's capitalists are not smart. They just have a lot of money to throw at a lot of things. So the reason why the CIA can be both incompetent and also evil is because if you have 1,000 monkeys typing 1,000 things, sometimes they'll write the script of Hamlet, right? So the CIA has been given like 60 million to like like overthrow Cuba or whatever. So basically, yeah, that's why you get both Meninggoat and Pinochet at the same time because they do both. And yeah, and the CIA is all evil. It's just what you think it is. And okay, so at that point, like the thing about it is that they so what I think is that yeah, so what I am thinking is that like basically okay, so you notice that Lenin takes what capitalists say and breaks it down sentence by sentence, looks at what they mean, looks at patterns, looks at dog whistles, looks at their words, and then breaks it down, right? So when we're reading a document about the 1956 Hungarian coup, are we supposed to believe like freedom and democracy? Or are we supposed to use Lenin's method where he goes line by line in a very suspicious manner to say like, what's the catch? What the fuck? What's this pattern? Why did they use Leninist but not Marxist? What is different about Marx and Lenin that somebody would not want to use Marx but Lenin? Oh, Marx is a Jew. Would that fit? Okay. So it's like how you do it. Theory. Let's say I have a theory that the 1956 Hungarian rebels are Nazis. We have to then look at what a Nazi is. It's basically that checklist. Anti-Semitic, anti-communist, anti-Russian, anti-Slav, pro-German, pro-Christian, pro-Western. It's that checklist that the CIA basically said, hey, they're Nazis. Then you have to think about it. So we have looked, this is like basically what Lenin did. He looked at what is an essential characteristic of, well, Lenin didn't have Nazis, unfortunately. He died before then. Fuck. I know, like, if somebody can figure out a way to reanimate him, that would be the best thing you could do, but we can't. Oh, fuck. Anyways, but at least there's hope. No, there's not. We can't reanimate him. Okay, anyways, so basically Lenin did that, right? He looked. So first is we dissect what makes somebody a Nazi. Okay, so then let's think about this. I'm just going to say, okay, they fought in the German army in 1944. Yes, Nazi. I mean, that's definitional. Okay. This is what I call quote laundering. Sometimes they laundered the truth by making it a quote by a bad person. So, the sky in blue is blue, claims Stalin. U.S. assassination, claims Evo Morales. I've seen that somewhere. Maduro claims U.S. coup attempt. That's what I call truth laundering, where quote laundering by a truth, or truth laundering by a quote, or forgot, whatever it is. But this is a very common tactic you'll see. So basically, what they're trying to say is this is a lie because bad person said it. But sometimes bad person as in, I think it's a bad person because I'm scared that someone's going to take away my slaves. So if you see something like Maduro claims CIA assassination attempt, you know what the truth is usually? I've never seen it not be the truth. CIA assassination attempt. Like, if it's, and then there's like another one. The quote, that's what I like. There's the truth laundering, or socialists claim these are counter-revolutionaries. And then, oh, by the way, if you look at my Hungarian 1956 thread, they actually talk about how there were Mongolian hordes. Not kidding. Mongolian hordes marching like with the Soviet Union, and I'm like, what? No, you were being weird. You're a racist. But yeah. So they're marching. I mean, it's like, so that's one tactic they do. Like, so whenever U.S. says quote enemy country, just I've noticed enough patterns to know that it's never not been the truth. Literally the truth. Like, Iraq has no weapons of mass destruction, Putin claims. Truth. It just assumed that's the truth. I mean, U.S. has always lied. Okay, by the way, tankies have never been wrong. Dronies have never been right. But by wrong from a worker's point of view. So, yeah, it is the truth, basically. I mean, literally, like, that's a tactic that the New York Times often uses. I've seen that. What else do they do? Truth laundering is the one, and then liar laundering is where they make up a fake expert, like the Center for blah blah blah, CIA funded blah blah blah, says that Maduro is oppressing people. You have to ask, oppressing some people is good. Oppressing other people is bad. So who's he oppressing? Why? What do they do? And then understand the counter-revolution. It's not that hard. And then just remember that everything they say is a lie, literally. Like, nothing is, like, okay. Next week, I'm going to read Dinner with Stalin, and it's really hilarious because it's like, basically, this is what happens. This, like, derping British reporter is, like, basically, like acting psycho, and these people are very confused, and they're trying to, like, they can't understand if it's, like, is that his culture? Is he nuts? Whatever. Like, he just, like, and he makes up all these things in his head where he imagines, like, yeah. Oh, of course, yes, so Maduro cracks down on the opposition for bombing the and then you read, click, bombing the parliament. Okay, good job for touching down upon them. Yeah, they shouldn't be bombing the parliament. And yeah, that was my favorite one. No, or was it like flying a helicopter and bombing the Supreme? I forgot. Bombing the Parliament or flying a helicopter and bombing the Supreme. Like, it was one of those, like, things that everyone should get cracked down upon. Like, I don't know, like, so yeah, and then you also have to notice, like, I guess what the thing that stupid people don't get, Habsburgers don't get, is that rich people don't like it rules being imposed upon them, and they won't follow the rules, and they'll try to break the rules, and then they'll try to get back in power. And it always happens. Counter-revolution always happens. Just because you make a rule doesn't mean a rich person will follow it. And so it's definitely, exactly, they'll cover the crackdown but play coy with who they're cracking down on. Exactly. That's what Wielek Roman said. Yes, they cover the crackdown, but play coy with who they're cracking down. Exactly. So what you need to do is every time you need to read a piece like your Lenin attacking Kautsky, and explain why everything is wrong with that piece. Every time you read it, every time you read something from the news, from anyone, you have to turn into Lenin and you have to pretend that Kautsky wrote it. And if Karl Kautsky wrote it, you know what Lenin did. He wrote 3 books about why he's wrong. So that's like what you learn from Lenin. The first thing is just noticing these little things, like like Leninist. Why? You're opening your world. You're actually not accepting what you're told. Leninist. Why not Marxist Leninist? Why not? See, those are just, and to me, then like everything these capitalists say is obvious. Like, to me, like you might as well just like scream out. Like, I did not need to read much to figure out these was fascist. I mean, and then another thing I just realized is a lot of people who haven't studied theory, they think that, like, at first I thought maybe like U.S. would be on the right side of history, maybe like 5% of the time, and the Soviets would be 95% of the time. No, that's not how it works. U.S. has been wrong 100% of the time, and the Soviets have been right 100% of the time. Like, I've never seen, like, so you'll uncover these things. Like, Lenin's never lied to you. Americans have never told you the truth. Why would you ever, like, Lenin never lied. Never, ever lied. I've read a lot of Lenin's works. He's never lied to you. Ever, ever, ever. Why would you believe somebody who's never, yeah. Exactly. Willek Rowan said coverage of lots of UN reports of Maduro's death squads, but not the West Bank gangs attacking black people or bombing nurseries or whatever horrible stuff they do. Exactly. And by the way, Maduro's death squad is a dog whistle because they're talking about black people. Just so you know, it's like Blackie Black gang is oppressing whitey whites, and in America, you guys will know when Blackie Blacks oppress whitey whites, that's racist. But a lot of these people would like accept that in the same framework without even questioning it. They're not even. This is why they need to read Lenin, because the first thing he teaches you is how to question propaganda, imperial propaganda. So you basically, like, reading Lenin, like, this is why I'm so good at what I do, is because, oh, no, they did, no, they got, not clumsy. They just stopped fearing the people, basically. So don't ever fall into this, like, accidental empire bullshit. That's not, no, they know what they're doing. Like, everyone knows what they're doing, so don't ever fall into the accidental empire bullshit. They just stopped fearing the people is what I'm saying. And you'll say Biden's pretty obvious too, because they just literally stopped fearing. What? Okay, how the fuck do I kick out a CIA live? I don't know how to kick him. Fuck. This is really annoying that I can't kick these stupid people. Why the fuck are you? Oh, okay. I can. How do I kick him? How the fuck do you kick these people? Can somebody kick him for me from, how the fuck do I, oh, I did. Okay. I banned him. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, now I can kick him. Yeah, actually, there's a New York Times article, and historically, there's where they talk about this, like, there's this, like, fan fiction where they write, like, this fake thing about the Mongols invading after the USSR, and Carl Za, like, Google Carl Za and Soviet snipers, you'll see, oh no, I'm banning that person. Like, what lies about the CIA coup in Chile? Come on. Come on. I definitely need mods. Yes, I'll bring them on. No, I'm banning all of them. Anyways, yeah. So you'll learn that, and once you learn it, it's going to be easy to kind of spot every bullshit. Like, for me, I knew about the Tatar deportation was bullshit the minute somebody like unpaid comm intern as was like deport like oh no, the CIA translation was like banish. And I'm like the bullshit, and unpaid comm intern was like, did they really banish? Because I'm like because I know that the Bolsheviks would never use the word banish. That's a czarist word. um no, it was basically an eminent domain, blah blah blah. And but so what you realize is, yeah, so what ZA does is like a lot of the Soviet snipers were Asian, were what the racists in Europe call Asiatic hordes. You'll see it, like it's very diverse. A lot of them you would not, if you look at them under the American racial paradigm, they would not be called white in America, but whiteness is like very, things are like, it's not the same thing. But yeah, he has made a good lots. So he talks about a lot of them. There's this like one guy who's like like I forgot his name, but he's a Soviet. He's a Soviet sniper, but he's from like a hunter's tribe, and he said something like, "Well, we were nomads for centuries, and we know how to hunt animals." And he killed over 300 Nazis. He had this like he had this like pipe, and well, he was like, his name is Simonov, I think Semenov, but he had this pipe, and he's like he was like smoking a pipe while he was like casually shooting Nazis. Anyways, yeah. And the last thing is that you just have to remember, in a dictatorship of the proletariat, the police are the good guys and the Nazis are the bad guys, and the Nazis are not the police. Because if the Nazis were the police, we would be living in a fascist dictatorship and not a dictatorship of the proletariat. And with that, I bid you adieu, and I hope you enjoyed it today. And come back next week, and I will see what I can do, and I hope I'm improving. And please donate. I need money because, like, I really want to have somebody that can, like, handle this so that this looks all more professional and whatever. So, anyways,